Alright guys, so welcome back to the live stream. What we're going to do today is another game of Blast on Star Wars Battlefront. I was having a huge issue with lag the other day, so I apologize for the viewers. I'm going to try to see if today the lag will be at a minimal or won't happen. There's nothing I could really do about the live stream's connection, considering I have, the most connection I could get out of what I'm using. So hopefully today it'll work and there won't be any issues. I might try Call of Duty and see if the same issues are happening if this will not work out. Although I don't like Call of Duty as much as Star Wars, not nearly, and for many reasons, which many people are probably wondering why. There's a huge debate on how Call of Duty is better than Star Wars and this and that. I really don't agree. People will say, oh, well, there's not enough guns. Well, first of all, they're a pretty decent amount, and they're extremely well balanced. And if they choose to add more guns, they're going to have to deal with the balance situation. And they are adding more guns. They already told us in the expansion they will be adding more guns. They added more maps for free, more content. They added Turning Point, which is another game mode they're putting up for free. Basically, they've been adding a lot of stuff, and they will continue to do so throughout the next few years. I really enjoy this game more than Call of Duty, also because of the maps. The maps are just amazing. The detail is way better than, Call of Duty. And I mean, I'm just being honest here, guys. If you look at the detail on this map alone, and the graphics, the size of the maps, the gameplay, it's way more than Call of Duty has done. But then again, Call of Duty is a different game, different gameplay, different style. It's always been one of my favorite games ever since World at War. I don't know if you guys had the old systems and played World at War, but in my opinion, that was the most balanced and best Call of Duty they've ever made, really. It's just everything comes with, ups and downs. Gaming systems and games will never be perfect. If they are, well then that's an opinion still. It's not a fact. So I am getting a little bit of a lag here, guys, so I might not be streaming for very long. I do make videos and put them up on YouTube, on this new account, or an old account, I guess. I never used it, so I will be putting games up there, but there won't be any streaming. It'll just be uploads. There won't be any chat in those videos, but they will show the gameplay, and it'll be a better, show for you guys, considering the fact that I won't be lagging. Yeah, I mean, I usually do more than exceptionally well when I play. I mean, I've gone many games where I was 25-4, 28-4, 2010, 22-13. I mean, it all varies on how well I play that day. But for the most part, I do really well. The thing is that when you play Star Wars, you gotta understand there's a lot of balance to it. You can use the beginning guns and still do just as well as the guns later on. You don't have to have all these crazy upgrades like you do in Call of Duty, which makes the game more playable and more enjoyable. It makes it more intense in the way that everyone is doing, the same thing. Everyone's doing, just as much work to get those kills. It's hard for me to quickscope on here with this lag. I tried last night. Did not work out in my favor too well, but I still did decent for the lag. If there's any questions about Call of Duty compared to this game, other than the maps and the guns, it's just a different game style, I would say. In Call of Duty, you can shoot anybody anywhere and they'll die in literally like 2 shots if you play hardcore mode, or maybe if you like to play regular core matches in Call of Duty, you'll still, you know, only get a few shots to kill people. I mean, you can use, let's say, for example, what's the gun I use? I think it's the Vesper, or one of those. I mean, you can put rapid fire on that thing and it'll shoot 25, 30 bullets a second. So, I mean, I just think they've done too much of Call of Duty. They've done too many advanced type of warfares and modern warfares and things like that. I think they should try to go back to, you know, the old school days, like World at War. I mean, just imagine what they could do with that when it comes to the actual gameplay and the graphics and everything. You know, I mean, there's a lot more they could do. That's for sure. And I don't see them doing it. So hopefully they'll do that. Back to Star Wars. So the thing about Star Wars is, as you can see, you can camp, but wow, this lag is real. You can camp, but I mean, camping is not really gonna work out in this game. So that's what I love about it. There's always a radar pointing the direction that they're in. If you have a problem reading the radar, all I can say is, you know, it's part of the game. You gotta learn how to read this radar. It doesn't show the exact spot they're in when they shoot or anything like that, but the whole entire time, whether they're shooting or not, it shows their location. So wow, this lag is really awful, guys. So I mean, it does do that. I'm 7-7, guys, with this lag. That is, wow, unrealistic. So basically, you know, it's just, it's a different gameplay. Like I was saying, it's more fun because, you know, like I said, there's no camping involved. Even the people that do camp, they're gonna get caught up eventually. You gotta keep moving. You gotta get someone and move to the next location. If you're staying around, you thinking this is Call of Duty and you can be in hardcore mode and just sit in a spot and camp, or even have a silencer and be in regular core mode and camp, you can't do that. So camping is pretty much out of the question for this game. You will get people camping, but they won't be there for long, and you should be able to know they're there. I mean, you have a radar, use it. I mean, look at this. I would have destroyed at least 2 of those guys if I wasn't lagging. But yeah, you know, you have a radar. Use it, guys. Use it to your advantage. They give you radar for a reason. Learn how to read it. It's not very complicated. It just shows basically a cone shape. I don't know if it shows on the screen. It should. But basically direction they're going or they're at. And then once you get close enough, it starts to be more of a radial blotch on the radar. And so it's pretty simple. It's not very complicated. When I first started playing, I was a little confused, and then I got it within the first game or two. It wasn't too complicated after that. But like I said, I have uploaded matches that I've played while not streaming, and I will be continuing to do that. So if you want to see some dope quickscope videos, they will be on there. I will be posting more. I didn't start doing streaming or even knowing how to film the games and upload them till recently. Otherwise, I mean, I have games on like I'm 50 kills and like 6 deaths, literally. And that was on Supremacy, which is with that score. I was using the ATST a few times. People say it's op. Well, it's part of the game, especially for Supremacy. And, you know, if you know how to play, it shouldn't be a problem, no matter what they throw at you. I'm good at the planes, the X-Wing, the A-Wing, even the other planes, what are they? Why is my mind going to blank right now? This is not good. The Imperial's planes, I forgot what they're called. Fucking, whoa! Let me get this guy here and I'll continue. I gotta focus. Wow. Alright, so yeah, basically the other planes, you know, shit, dude. Why do people keep coming out of me nowhere? The TIE fighters, the TIE interceptors, those planes, you know, the Imperial planes. There's a problem with them. Compared to the Imperials and the Rebels, the TIE Interceptor and the TIE Fighter, they have missiles and they have a speed boost, but they don't have a shield. The Y-Wing and the X-Wing are already pretty fast, so they get a shield, and they also get a missile. Here's the thing about it. If you're on the Imperial side, it's going to be a lot harder to use the mechanics of those planes. They're not as easy to get kills with. I do get kills quite often because I learned how to play both sides of the fence, I guess you could say, extraordinarily well. So, I mean, it just comes with practice. Although the spawn points I have noticed are easier for the Rebels than it is the Imperials to get into one of those ships. And also, there's usually more of them, and if there's the same amount, then, you know, the planes are still not easy to maneuver if you're not good at it. It takes a few times, especially when you're shooting ground troops, which I think is good. I think that's a good thing, that's reasonable, because you don't want to have someone able to blast all the ground troops and see them super easily, and, you know, I mean, that would be stupid, because in real life, if you're flying one of those things, it's not going to be easy to shoot people on the ground. You know, to let alone see them, and then pull it off before you fall to your explosion's death. But you know, it works out. It all works out if you know how to play the game. You know, it's not a very hard game to get started with. If you are a Call of Duty fan, it will be, because the maneuvers and the mechanics of the game are a lot more different than Call of Duty, but it's still pretty much the same. All the shooting is the same, the weapons of how you shoot them, like aiming and all that, it's the same triggers and everything. It's not like a completely different... Wow, I don't know if that's a lag or what, but he should have died. You know, it's really not complicated, guys. I can go on and on about it. So, anything else that I've heard? Let me see. What else have I heard about this game? Wow, he should have died on that. That was a hit marker. I have heard people complaining about not having chat in the game. That is a big thing. They don't have chat. I don't know why. They've had them in the last ones, if I could remember correctly. And you know, that's something they need to add in here. I'm assuming they will. There's a lot of free updates and content they're putting in here. I'm assuming eventually they'll put that in there. I'm hoping they do. They listen to the gamers a lot, and they do make changes based on what we want as a community of Star Wars. So I'm assuming they will add chat in here eventually. I'm hoping they do. If we get enough people to tell them, hey, yo, what the hell's going on, and I'm sure a lot of them have already, then they're going to make that change up in the near future, hopefully. So, I think they will. I mean, it doesn't hurt them to do that. Why not? Why wouldn't they? You know, that it doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. Wow, I'm doing awful. There we go. Okay, so the whole team is in there, so obviously I wasn't going to get that far. I missed my quick scopes. I would have had more kills in there if I didn't. But I don't know if you guys can really see the lag, but it does lag, and it makes it pretty complicated, especially when you're trying to get a one shot off.
The rebels are running out of time. This will soon be over.
I guess I missed that one. Which I shouldn't have. He was right in front of me.
There are enemies in this bunker. We're outnumbered.
So if you guys want to add me on Star Wars, especially if you're just getting the game, I can go through it with you guys, help you guys out if you're on chat. I do accept friend requests. I will be online often. I have work and a lot of other things in my life, obviously. So, you know, it won't be like a all-time thing, but this is the only game I play. I don't play games much. This is the only game I play. There's very few games that I like, and then I stick with them. Like I said, I've played Call of Duty for years and years and years, and since I've gotten this game, I haven't really played Call of Duty at all, especially the new one. And the new Call of Duty, I think they did too much with it. You know, like I said, you can shoot someone with a gun and spray 100 bullets and run around and just camp, and it's just annoying. It really gets annoying. And you know, I don't mind the upgrades to the gun. I really don't. I think they could just balance it more. Not make it so crazy to the sense where anyone can get a kill. You can be a 4-year-old kid and just press the trigger not knowing what you're doing and get a kill. You know, in Call of Duty, that's how it is. That's the only thing I don't like. You know. If you guys are wondering what this blue shield around me is, it's a personal shield. It's one of the upgrades you can buy. And then I also have a specialist card, which allows me to heal myself over time. So I was 14 and 8, not too bad with the lag. That's not too bad. But yeah, it's basically a shield that allows you to take bullets, but you can't shoot anybody while you have it active, which is a good thing. Some people I have heard complain about it, like, oh, you can't shoot when you have the shield. Well, that would be unfair. Like, just imagine running around with the shield. You're invincible. You can just shoot your gun whenever you want. It doesn't make any sense. So that's the reason why they have it set up like that. But I use that and my specialist card, which I'll go and show you right now as well how to get to that. If you've never played this game, I'll show you guys how to get those upgrades. The specialist card, I heal myself quicker over time. The longer you have it out, the more kills you get with it at a time, the more it upgrades itself. For example, let's go here to my cards. Right now I'm using the Psycho Rifle, which you have to be level 28 to use. That's what I use, the quick scope, if you guys want to check that out anytime you play this game. Personal shield, that's what I was talking about. You can't shoot while you have the shield. It's a 9-second cooldown. The Psycho Rifle upgraded is a 10-second cooldown, and that's what them both upgraded. So I mean, the personal shield's pretty good. I mean, the cooldown's 20 seconds, active time is 9 seconds. You know, so I mean, it's really not that bad an investment if you guys want to get it. I believe it's the most important thing, especially for the gameplay I play, especially if you're rushing or trying to get across a map, because they do have pretty big maps here. You don't want to get blasted by an ATST unless they use their missiles. You're kind of screwed. So basically, that's what I have, the Psycho Rifle and the shield. I also use the jetpack. It helps out in many situations. I don't think there's very many upgrades that are better than this if you use the combination I'm using. I use Survivalist. So basically, it gives you this background story. It's unimportant. Level 1, health regeneration starts a bit faster. So the first level of the specialist card, your health regenerates a little bit faster. It's not too much, but it's enough, and it helps a lot. The second level of it, if you get a certain amount of kills and last long enough, your health regeneration starts even faster, than a little bit faster. The third one, your health regeneration goes up much faster and replenishes a small amount of health with each kill, which is extremely important if you're on a kill streak and you don't want to die. So if you guys want to use that, that's the most important one. I'm not going to go through all of them. The other ones, in my opinion, aren't really that great. Not really serious. Yeah. Alright. 1 second.